I asked AI to build me an iOS app last Tuesday. 4 minutes later, SwiftUI views, MVVM structure, networking layer, error handling, loading states. It even added comments, so what exactly are we still doing here? If you're an iOS developer, junior, senior, doesn't matter, that question has probably crossed your mind at least once this year. Maybe more than once. And today I'm not going to give you the YouTube answer. You know the YouTube answer. It's very motivational. It has piano music. It ends with, just keep going. I'm going to give you the answer I give engineers I actually mentor. The real one. Stay with me. Quick context, because it matters for what I'm about to say. I've been building iOS apps professionally for over 18 years, since before the App Store existed. I've shipped apps that millions of people use. I've made every mistake you can make in production, and some you haven't thought of yet. I've been through every major wave. Objective-C is dying, then Swift is going to break everything, then SwiftUI is going to replace UIKit, then async await changed the mental model again, and now AI writes code in 4 minutes. I'm still here. And here's what I've learned about each of those moments, including this one. None of them killed iOS development. Every single one raised the bar. This one is no different, but it is the biggest shift yet. So let's talk about it honestly. Let me tell you what AI is genuinely good at. It writes state object view models. It scaffolds MVVM features. It generates codable models from a JSON payload. It explains weak versus unowned. It writes XCTist boilerplate. AI gets you to 70 or 80% faster than you'd get there alone. I'm not going to insult your intelligence by pretending that's not impressive. But here's the thing about 70 or 80%. The App Store does not ship 70%. Users don't leave 5-star reviews for mostly works. Production systems don't survive on the AI seemed confident about it. And engineering teams don't run on probably fine. The remaining 20 to 30%, that's where the craft lives. That's where you live. And that 20 to 30%, AI is spectacularly, consistently, dangerously bad at it. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Before we go technical, let me address the career anxiety directly. You're asking, is there still a path here for me? Short answer, yes. But the path changed shape. Here's what actually happened to the iOS job market. With real numbers, no spin. In 2020, mobile app development was a booming market, valued at around $110 billion globally. Demand for iOS engineers was high. Hiring was good. Life was simple. Then 2021 happened. Tech companies hired like the future was limitless. Then reality arrived. Over 300,000 tech workers were laid off between 2022 and 2025. The market went from a feeding frenzy to musical chairs overnight. This is important context, because a lot of the doom around coding is dead started here. It wasn't AI that crashed the market. It was overexpansion. AI just arrived at the same time and got blamed for the hangover. This is where it gets interesting. Routine programmer roles fell 27.5%. Example. Before, a junior dev manually builds a login screen, API calls, models, error handling. Now, AI, like Copilot, Claude, generates 80% of that in seconds. The software developer roles fell 0.3%. Example, the demand for developers didn't disappear. It shifted toward people who think, not just code, designing an app architecture, modular versus monolith. What it means? Developers who rely only on coding skills struggle. Developers who combine technical plus product plus system thinking become more valuable. AI didn't replace developers. It filtered them. The roles that required the least judgment disappeared first. The roles that require the most are holding. That's not a coincidence. That's a signal. The mobile app market is projected to hit $626 billion by 2030. App Store consumer spending is projected at $288 billion in 2030 alone. For iOS developers, this means the opportunity is no longer just building apps. It is building apps people will trust, keep, and pay for. This last point is an inference based on the market forecasts. Now, let me explain this in a very simple way. Over the next few years, heading into 2030, we're expected to see a big shift in jobs. 170 million new jobs will be created. 92 million jobs will disappear. That leaves a net gain of 78 million jobs. So, no, apps are not going away. The App Store is not going away. And users are definitely not going away. Every year, more people download apps. Every year, more people spend money inside apps. What's going away is the version of iOS development where you got paid to do what a language model can now draft in under 5 minutes. The market upgraded its requirements. And that, actually, is great news for anyone willing to meet the new bar. Here's something nobody tells you about AI-generated iOS code. It looks great, beautifully formatted, logical structure, reasonable variable names. It reads like a senior engineer wrote it at 9 a.m. on a Monday with a good coffee. And then you ship it. And then the crash reports start. Here are the 7 moments where AI-generated iOS code breaks. Let me walk you through the most common ones in iOS development. Moment 1. The modifier that never existed. AI confidently generates SwiftUI modifiers that don't exist. It crashes on a user's iPhone 15 running iOS 17.2. Moment 2. The fat view nobody noticed. Business logic scattered between layers like it tripped and fell. It works in the demo. Then the feature grows. Moment 3. The invisible memory leak. AI almost never adds unprompted. Your app doesn't crash. It just gets heavier, slower, hungrier. Moment 4. The main thread surprise. Updating a published property from a background thread. These bugs produce flickering UIs in release, race conditions, deadlocks. Moment 5. The test that always passes. AI is very good at writing tests that look like tests. A value equals itself. These tests can never fail. Moment 6. The YAML file that looked complete. No signing certificate found for Team ID. iOS code signing is a system with a dozen interconnected moving parts. Moment 7. The crash at 2 a.m. Debugging a real production crash requires knowing how to read a symbolicated stack trace. No AI prompt replaces it. Here's what I want you to understand. There is a feeling you get when something clicks. When you finally understand why weak self matters. When a retained cycle in instruments suddenly makes visual sense. That is not knowledge AI can generate. That is experience you have to earn. The kind you only get after shipping real apps, breaking things in production, and fixing them under pressure. And here's why that matters more than ever in 2026. 73% of hiring managers say they've interviewed candidates who couldn't explain the AI-generated code they were using, and only 16% of workers are considered truly AI-ready. That means most people can generate code, but very few can reason about it. And this is where things get interesting. Because in mobile, especially iOS, the problems are not obvious. Crashes don't always happen in the simulator. Bugs show up only on real devices. Performance issues appear days later, and no prompt can replace understanding that system. It's about whether you actually understand what you build. The bar isn't years on the job. The bar is, can I own what I ship? We are platform engineers. We build for the device in a billion pockets. We care about frame rates. We care about accessibility. We care about responsiveness. AI does not care about any of that. AI generates code that satisfies the prompt. It doesn't notice the scroll isn't smooth. You do. That craft lives in developers who know this platform. Every company that builds a real iOS product still needs someone who owns it. Someone who the rest of the team goes to when something breaks. Someone who can provide technical value in a product meeting. That person is you, if you do the work. Here's what you need to know before working with AI tools like Claude or Codex. First, build without AI until you know what correct looks like. Evaluate AI output. Develop the instincts that let you catch the mistakes. Second, ship something real, then maintain it. The App Store upgrade cycle is one of the best teachers. Maintaining a live app teaches you what matters. Third, learn the deployment pipeline end to end. Set up CI/CD, break it, fix it, own it. This process teaches you more about iOS infrastructure. Fourth, use AI as a reviewer, not an author. Don't start with, write me a view model. Start by writing it yourself. Then ask AI for critique. Fifth, document what you learn, out loud. Build in public. Share the architecture decision. Explaining something forces clarity. You build a signal. So, back to where we started. AI already programs, and it has absolutely no idea what it built. It doesn't know if the architecture will make sense in a year. You know those things. That's why iOS development still matters in 2026. It was about building something that works, for real people, in the real world. This channel is about real iOS, Swift, SwiftUI, architecture, testing, CI/CD. Content that shows you how to think. If that's what you're looking for, subscribe. Nor drop a comment below. I read every single comment. I'm CodeHero, and I'll see you in the next one.